Hi. Oops. Headache has gone. Nothing, nil, nada. Still, I can't do yoga because when I say it's gone, you know, there's up my fuck. Got over 100 new subscribers from Devon Tracy's. He put that whole video up. Oh, come on, now my vape's died. Oh, I've got a spare. Oh, I've got many spares, but that's going to take up far too much time. I don't like saying far too much time because it's got the words far too in it. And it always reminds me of far too D2, which I don't, it's like a dustbin that farts. I know it's first world problems, but whenever I hear someone say, oh, it's far too far, I think, don't say far too. Don't remind me of a farting dustbin. You know, you take the lid off and it goes, oh. So, yeah, let's just start again. And I'll say I have got spare vapes, but that's too much trouble to sort out. I've got us a few videos. I've got us a couple of articles. I've got us some funny things. I've got a nice Sunday afternoon stream for the lot of you. Let me just quickly get the grift sorted out. I've already got all me graphic effects. Graphic effects. Just stop me looking as anemic as I actually am. How long have you been in Cambodia? You're whiter than when you left. That's because in the 1 week of English sun a year, I did actually go out in it and sort of let it burn my skin. But out here, no. That's just very dangerous. You can't. You should not sunbathe in the equatorial sun. You know, sunbathe makes it sound all very lovely. It's actually burning your skin. You shouldn't allow yourself to be toasted when you're that close to the sun. So I'm proud. Look at that. A totally innocent conversation, right? A totally innocent conversation about, hello, Adele. Well, you're going to have to catch up with this stream, and there's something else you might want to catch up with too. Hello, hang on a minute. Hello, Jess and VVS. Nice to see the lot of you. You've been here before, or you one of Devon's lot? You're more than welcome. Hello, Cheryl. Yeah, lovely. It's a little bit earlier than usual. John Goodvid Francis asked me if I could do an earlier stream, so I thought, I will actually. And also, it means I won't be finishing the stream at 2 a.m. And that's my Sunday night gone. I can actually finish up around, 1 a.m. And that extra hour makes a difference. That's the difference between me being able to watch a movie or not, really, because I can watch a 2-hour movie. Yeah, this is interesting. I think I'll make a timetable and show you how I work. Basically, I don't want to be going to bed at 4 o'clock this morning. And I do want to watch a movie because I love movies. You are new. Well, listen, this is the glorious House of Scrubs. I do usually 2 streams a day. If the girlfriend's here, it tends to be 1, but it averages out about 2 a day. I also make videos. We use a lot of our own words that we've invented by accident over the years, but it's an absolute welcome. Look, watch this. Can we have a VVS in the chat to welcome a new scrub? Jess and VVS. VVS. And because they're lovely people and because we love our community, they'll want to welcome you in. Stay for a while. Stay forever. You can't leave now. There you go. Lovely people. Hello, Moslab. Good to see you, son. I've just seen an email come through from you. Is that for public consumption or not? I mean, I might show them later. I haven't seen them yet. But weren't into it. Nah, I when it came out, it was relevant. It's got some lovely Meisner stuff in it. It's got some lovely repetition in it. But I think it was very of its time, which can make a great movie, but it suffers in time because the themes that it deals with at the time weren't really in the public realm. These were things that philosophers and cultural critics and theorists talked about. And to put that to a mainstream audience at the time was like, whoa. And it's very biased left-wing propaganda, which is always a problem. But it's suffered in time because now those ideas, it's a bit Windows Vista, isn't it? It's a bit trigonometry. It's a bit like, oh, I see. People can, they can blow their top. There is a straw that breaks a camel's back. And I think we're all a little bit like, that's just, you wake up and you know that. You don't need a movie to tell you. Hello, Ted. Hello, Ted. Nice to see you, man. And usually bowling at the end of the stream. So amazing. Oh, I might start this one earlier just to see my man Ted. I've still got to pick you up about that fishing. I went down and had a look at the bit you talked about, but a load of things happened. I had my sleeping tablets and my digital detox. So there you go. Rags. I couldn't answer Rags. Rags left a couple of messages and I couldn't answer them. There was no reply. And Rags is like OG mod as well and friend. And I love him to death. And I couldn't answer. Everyone else had reply. I was like, oh, hello, thanks for the message. Thanks for watching. And it was like, poor old Rags didn't get a comment. So if he looked at it, everyone got an answer except for Rags. Oh, thanks, Chris. I mod 2 streams a day, send you loads of videos for content, and you haven't even got the fucking grace to answer me. Chris, problem sorted. Apparently, oh my God, you blocked me, did you? I know how it works, Rags. You're all right. I'm glad it's sorted now anyway. Anyway, nice to have you on the firm, Jessen. Hello, Siluriano Jimro. Nice to see you. Is that a real-life Lego head? Yes. I mean, look, it's a weird thing with me. Give me a 1 in the... Well, I wasn't going to say it IR, but, give me a 1 in the chat if when you get a headache, and look, I had a migraine, a proper migraine, psychedelia, aura, vomitus, the lot. Then it just faded and I had a lingering headache. But with my headaches, if I sit down quickly or get up quickly or bend over, steady, anything that involves a rush of blood to my head or a rush of blood out of my head, it will suddenly kind of ja. Give me a 1 if you ever get that with headaches. Like at the moment, I haven't got a headache. But if I leant over to my salad drawer in my fridge, which I will be doing later because I've got a steak in the fridge as well. If I lean over too quickly, it will go woo, 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 and it'll be a bit like, let's steady up. That's so nice to see that many people are saying that. LC350 is never ill. Oh. Hey, lucky bugger. Hello, RMF. Wojcicki. She runs YouTube. So, Yeah, Dennis, people like that do my nutting. I mean, I've learned to accept it. Someone will say to me, where were you at the party on Friday? I said, I couldn't go. I had a migraine. And they go, oh, I get migraines. And I think, no, you don't. You get a bad headache. And as I said earlier, the headache is the least of my problems with a migraine. That's the most bearable bit. The vomit, the aching muscles, the tunnel vision, the patterns in my vision, the fear. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with a very bad headache. I've got a mate who gets cluster headaches, and they sound a lot worse than my migraines. It's like a cluster headache. He's got one here, one there, one there, one there, one there, and they're all pounding. Fuck that. He told me, he said, I'm not suicidal, but when I get a cluster headache, I do have ideation. I just think, fuck it. I can't do it. I can't get through this. And he can't take enough paracetamol because it will kill him before it cures his headache. Anyway, nice to see you, Jessen. Anyone else who come over here? Apparently, I've got more than 100 new subs. So lovely. That's not in the least bit encouraging, Rex. Thanks. There you go, Dennis. I've moved you on. Oh yeah, done that. done that. But I can go for years without having them. They're stress related. I know what I've got to do. I said it earlier, I put too much time into running my business because I've fucked up my business in the past. And I feel like if I was to fuck it up again, or if I lost it, I'd think, you've never done enough work. When actually, I spend 10 hours working, 4 or 5 of that isn't really working. It's just me putting time in, wasting time. And that's what I need to stop. So there you go. Ian's strung out guitars. Man, it's the first time in a month that we've caught you live. Who's we? You sitting there with the missus or the mister, you know? Modern world. But, you know. Well, we said this morning. Kills pretty, you know, it's the cause of most diseases. Stress is what gives you a disease. Your body responds to stress and by going wrong, by malfunctioning. Anyway, let me get this grift on the go. Entropy is working like a treat. Copy that, bosh that, hit that. I've got some wicked videos. I've got a couple of articles. I've got some STDs. No, I haven't actually. used to get through quite a few. I told you once before I was in the STD clinic on Dean Street, and the woman said to me, and she was hot as well. She was too hot for working in an STD clinic. And she said, I don't think they're warts. She said, they look like, and she called them something else. She said, it's like, she said, have you been having a lot of massages? I said, yeah, about 5 a day. I've been in Thailand for 8 weeks. She said, all right, because these look like oil plimplets or something. She said, let me just go and get a colleague to confirm. She come back in with this absolutely also too hot woman to be working in a cot clinic. And when they both walked in their nurse's outfit, I went, oh, wicked, threesome. And they both just went, it was shocking, their response. Nothing, just did not register it. I went, threesome. I'm laying on the bed with my cock out. And I've got these 2 hot birds like maneuvering it. And I could feel the pump begin. I was thinking, please don't get too erect. Get a little bit erect, just to let them know, you know. Just like a little sort of a little whisper of possibility, but don't over egg the pudding. Not a problem, Moslab. We may have a look at them later. I've got a lot sorted out, but nice one, Rags. We can deal with that. So I have been asked time and fuck it, let's get this grift sorted out. All right, there. You can support this channel by joining. Link in the description. If you join, there's free strata. You get to go in the private streams of the strata you join, which will be happening next week. Right, lovely. Super chats. It's the $sign down under the chat. Or entropy. The link is at the top of the chat, pinned comment, and it's in the description. And I'm putting it in the chat now. And entropy comments do get put on the screen. As I always say, I don't expect to get rich from this, but I do put a lot of time and effort and love into it. So it's nice to get a few quid now and again, which I do. And I thank you very much. It works out well. You're a good bunch. Cheryl Peters has opened the grift door. Grift, Dangerfield grift. Yeah, all right. Nice one for the 10-bit, Cheryl. Very, very kind. Oh, it would appear I've missed young Packer. Packer! 2 for the haters. Oh, how many we got? Let me have a look. 2. You've given them £1 each. 1 bond a hater. I know, I always say this. No, you cannot leave. You must stay here. I always say this, but a downvote for YouTube algorithm is the same as an upvote. They're not interested in how many people likes it. They're interested in how many people watched and engaged with it. And so a downvote, yeah, crack on, you know. I mean, it's nicer to have upvotes because it's social proof. And then if people come along and see it, they think, oh, look, 400 people like this. Anyway, I know it's weird, isn't it, Rags? It really is weird. And that's a good point, John. It's always nice. Jessen says, you're so fucking good storyteller. You paint a picture in my fantasy. Jessen, have you signed up to my Substack? You get 2 original written stories in your email twice a month. Link to my Substack in the description. I'll tell you what, I'll make it easy for you, and I'll put the link in the chat. If you like my stories, there's my speaking ones. I mean, I'm taking it you saw Devon's video, because I just had a look. We'll have a look in a minute at his little clip. There's the link. You just put your email in that, and you'll get 2 stories a month sent to you, written. They're like written. There's already about 9 in the archive, so read away, my friend, if that's something that you might enjoy. Oh, and someone has just done it. 3 people have just signed up to my Substack. Wonderful. No, John, we don't do that anymore. My new story, Dartford Pastoral, has now had nearly 1,400 views. It's incredible. I'm so chuffed, because that's 1,400 people who've read that in about 2 days. So when my novel goes on Amazon, I'll tell that 1,400 people, if you like my shorts, there's 120,000. It's basically about 50 shorts stuck together and woven with betwixt each other. Wolfie, hello, my son. Good to see you. Yeah, I thought you'd like that, John. Don't ask. Had to be done, Jess. It had to be done. It was either that or lose it. But you won't have heard all the Substacks because they're new. They're written. But the option's there either way. There you go. Oh, no problem. Glenn, I just saw recently that a new review had come through, and a comment on those Substacks is gold dust, even if you don't like it, because it shows engagement. And I also want to know, if you don't like it, tell me why. There was some kid, he went, art college pretentious rubbish. And I said to him, well, it's not for everyone, but we could have an adult discussion about it. He went, you adult, fuck off. And I wrote, listen, mate, I said, I don't know, your frankly bizarre hostility just seems like an opportunity missed, because you could tell me why you don't like it and we could get into a conversation. It seems like an opportunity missed. Next thing, he deleted all his comments. the old art of war there. Hello, Flammadiddler. What happened? What happened to you this morning when you said it? Did you not have your kit set up, or did you just think, I can't do it? Anything's fine. Yeah, I remember me, Devon, Bearing, Copper Cab, Sugar Tits. We all had a stream once. It's good stuff. Yeah, and everyone had to. This is classic Darwinism. If you don't adapt, you die. And those who adapt the fastest tend to survive the longest. Yeah. And now it's just got my answers and his delete. Chris Brinkley. Hello, mate. I'm here because of Devon, fellow working class gobshite here. Hoi! Or you'll fit in an absolute treat into the glorious house of Scrubs. Good to see you, mate. I stream about twice a day, so there you go. And I make videos, so keep an eye on those. Nice to see you. Hello, Chrissy boy. A fellow working class gobshite. They're the guts. They're the I nearly said entrails. They're the guts of the body of the UK. Oh, sorry, Flammadiddler, I got that wrong. Nothing wrong with that, Lumi. I mean, Lumi, you haven't got 10 years stand-up comedy and 5 years YouTubing behind you. So, there's bound to be a discrepancy, but that's 50 better than nothing, isn't it? Yeah, evening, Scory. Evening, Brad. Something else I was going to say on that. So, yeah, I always get youngsters asking me about how to pull birds. So I've started doing shorts. And I was clever to put part 1 on it. Let's have a look at my little short. So little 15, it might be, no, a little minute long, how to attract beautiful women. And this is real. I'm trying to do this to help the youngsters. I get so many, not only youngsters, teenagers, early 20s, write to me saying, help us out. I've never had a girlfriend. And so I'm going to do, I think I'll probably do about 10 parts, but who knows? It might go on forever. Let's see what I said in part uno. All right there. How to attract beautiful women. This is the question I get asked most of all. It's easy. Be confident, be honest, but most of all, be yourself. Don't pretend you're holding a full house when you got a pair of 4s. Play the hand you've been dealt in life. That's how you get the confidence. And if you approach a woman truly believing that you deserve her, she'll feel that emanating off of you, and she'll believe that you deserve her too. It's fun. It's exciting. It's what makes the world go round. And guess what? Women find it fun and exciting too. Be yourself. Have a good sense of humor. Be confident and be honest. This is fun. Go on, get out there. Get off that computer. This is your one life. Make it count. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Just dishing out that half a century worth of learning there. Just no problem. I had about 250 views in 4 minutes. I was like, YouTube shorts? I call them YouTube longs. I don't. I call them YouTube shorts. It's what their name is. It's a funny old thing, that one, but a lot of young people ask me, so I can only tell them what I can tell them. You know, I've probably had sex with about 3,000 women and only paid for about half of them. Right, I don't know whether, thank you, Rags, but there's a bit of a problem with the YouTube shorts. You can have a 60-minute short, but you can only have 15 seconds of music. That's quite tricky to, you know, it's like ding, ding, do, do. You're like, oh, what? It's a bit of a jolt, isn't it? But there you go. It seems to be working. Nice, nice. Hello, Mr. Bullet. Hello, boss. Hi, all. Hi. Nice one. Silurian. Would you read Reuters or fuck all media off? Well, you know, Reuters, Associated Press. If you're aware of their agenda, if you're aware of the lens through which they're looking, and if you've got the sort of critical distance to be able to filter out their bias, you know, there's some information there. And you're not going to get it off of YouTubers. I haven't got the resources to get out and, you know, fly around the world and, you know. So you kind of rely on these things. But what you've got to do is be aware of their agenda, be aware of their bias. Don't let their language games fool you, and try and, you know, sort of, you know, it's like, I'm sorry to say, but the only thing I can liken it to is you've swallowed your drugs because the old bill grabbed hold of you. You've managed to get rid of the old bill. You've drunk half a bottle of shampoo. You've puked it all up. You've got to fiddle through the puke to get your drugs back. So it's like that. You've got to fiddle through the puke of their agenda, their bias, to get what actually happened. And developing that skill is quite tricky. I mean, I don't know. You know what the digital news reading equivalent of drinking half a bottle of shampoo is. I suppose you just get that through experience. But it's, you know, we are dependent on these people to an extent. But Reuters and Associated Press, you're going to get some facts, but, you know, cross-reference them and look around. Don't fall for their interpretation. Journalism never used to do that. I didn't grow up in a world where journalism interpreted events. I grew up in a world where journalism told you what was happening. Not always, but it seemed to be the case. But nowadays, it's like, this is what occurred and this is what it means. That doesn't make that one step from this is what happened to this is what it means. That's when journalism becomes activism. This is what happened. That's all I want to know. I'll make my own fucking mind up about what it means. But no, that's not how it works these days. This is what happened, and this means Orange Man bad. No, fuck you. I didn't sign up for that. I signed up for the information. Ian strung out guitars, dropped a Lady Godiva. It's Ian and Julia. This is our guitar making channel. You made a vid for her years ago when she had surgery. Extremely killer and much appreciated. That rings a bell, man. Good Lord. So what, did you see Devon? Are you sub to Devon Censored TV and think, oh, hang on, old Danger? How is she? Well, how are the pair of you still together? Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's get your channel. Thanks for that, Lady Godiva. Let's get your channel in the chat so that there's many a guitar fan in the House of Scrubs. And why not send them over to your channel? They can have a look. Here we go. Look at your Barnet. Look at that fucking guitar you're making. I know no one else can see this, but I'll just send you over to the channel. Hang on. He needs some help, by the way, this boy. Why isn't it loading? Well, I'll tell you what, we will actually have a little look because this is looking quite cool. Right, we've seen that one. We'll drop that one out. I've got so many freaking tabs open. Let's have a little look. Ian's strung out guitars, and then I'll give you the link. So this is what Ian does. He makes guitars. And if you're into music, and I know a lot of you are into guitars, why wouldn't you check out Ian's channel? So let's have a look at him. I've just seen a guitar that he was halfway through making, and it looked amazing. So I think there was a bit of airtime. Here you go, people. I'll give you the link in a minute. Let's check out a bit of Ian. This one's called Making a Custom Handmade Guitar from Scratch, Part 5. Joe's Kelly. Hit it.
Ian strung out guitars. And here is
Look at that.
Kelly. Got the headstock completely shaped and veneered with the same quilted maple as the body, and cavity cover made.
What an absolute amazing thing. So many people in this world talk. Very few actually do. Hello, Bertie. Good to see you. And this geezer obviously does. He makes guitars. Fucking amazing. Let's have a look at it a bit more.
Out of the same quilted maple from Derek Kimball there. So, yeah, it's looking really great. Here's a video on how to get it. Check it out.
What a lovely bloke.
I'm gonna make a cavity cover out of this piece of scrap quilt.
Right, well, we're going to skip forward and see how far he gets in this video. Here he is chopping it out. Look at this. Look, he's got a workshop and everything. Well, obviously he's got a workshop. We wouldn't be able to make guitars. Look at him go. Look at that lovely headstock he's made there. Well, there you go, people. I will give you a link to that channel. If you're interested in guitars, he's now a scrub. There you go. Me too, Rags. Absolutely. I've just put the link in the chat. Why don't you go and give the lad a sub if that's your kind of thing? And look, even if you're not into guitars, but you're into craftsmanship and people who get things done, lovely channel. There you go. I'm going to subscribe immediately. Just done it. So that's in the chat. I'll put it in again because I know these things get lost. Nice one, Ian. Good to see you, son. Good wood. You know what, Moslab? I once met a girl. Well, should I say she once met me? She showed me her room. Isn't it good? Norwegian wood. See what I've done? Absolutely. Oh, come on, man. It won't not much is going to happen. You'll get about 10 subs, but you help, you do what you can. Well, look, actually, maybe I'm wrong. Look at that. Look. Oh my God, people are absolutely on it. Yeah, give the geezer a sub. The thing is, even if, what are you talking about, Chrissy? Oh my God, I've missed loads. I was watching Ian's guitars. Right, hang on, Chrissy. Right. Right. Hello, Lil Bullet. I got that one in already. Hello, Steve. Much love from Skegness. Always good. Hang on. Oh. Okay. 2 for the smiles. Fart and tart and tay. I only do them like that for you, Chrissy. Everyone else gets the baritone. Thank you, love. Oh, it's lovely. Right, Scrubs. If you don't, hello, African. If you don't know about this yet, this is sending the legacy media, what's left of them, 80% of viewers gone CNN. Bye. This is incredible. So some very high-powered social media influencers, right? I've got to be careful with the wording. It's going to be somewhat encrypted, but I'm sure you'll be able to work it out. People the MSN like to call Vantiaxers, if you know what I mean. That sounds like something from Ian's guitar shop. But people who are Vantiaxers, right? That's what the media calls them. You're now a denier. You're, a client. If you don't believe in the climate change, you're a denier. If you don't believe in certain historical events, you're a denier. If you're a Vantiaxer, you're a denier. Oh, I'm sorry. Have I got to go along with what the media tells me? And if I don't, I'm suddenly a denier. Not allowed to have my own opinions. Not allowed to look around and see what many experts say and make my own mind up. I mean, I know the left are all about democracy and inclusion, but when I try and be democratic and inclusive about how I treat my body, it was only 10 years ago they were talking about abortion, and it was my body, my choice. Well, all of a sudden, oh no, now I'm a Vantiaxer. Well, hang on, my body, my choice. What happened to that? Fuck you. So a few, and when I say a few, enough influencers, Instagram, Twitter, etc. I can't even say the word. They're now referring to themselves as that. They're making videos. I'm not having the knacks. I'm not having the wax, as it were. No, I'm a PB. And the mainstream media is going shit to the wall with it. They hate it. And bear in mind, I'm not bearing, you don't have to bearing in mind, but bear in mind that a lot of these influencers get more views than the MSN. This is a fact. When Styx X and Hammer, right? When Styx done a live stream of Bo Jiden doing one of his speeches, Styx had more people watching his stream than the official USA government account. So these people who are saying, no, I'm not a Vantiaxer, I'm a PB, and they're making badges and they're making logos, I'm a PB. And the MSN is absolutely fucking fuming. It's beautiful. Because it's a really hard one to get round. Because these influencers tend to influence the young. No one over 40 is going to watch some teenager on Instagram and go, oh, right, I'll do that then. But 17, 18-year-old girls who are a real demographic for the left. This isn't a gender thing. It is. But, teenage girls are a massive target for the left's marketing because they're influenced easily. They look up to these people like Kardashians and that. And when you've got people with like 2 million subscribers saying, no, I'm a PB, the New York Times is like, what? Hang on. She gets more views than us. She's going to put a video out every fucking day. Oh, it's lovely. And how do you criticize that without saying no? We are living under a tyranny. You do what you're told. Don't listen to these people that you like more than this legacy media that's hanging on by its fingernails as they scrape down the wall of time into complete, what's the word? Obsolescence. It's excellent. Good call, Plastic African, for reminding me. I was crying my eyes out about that earlier. I was thinking, this is beautiful. What do you mean, Cheryl? Let me know what you mean. But people, look into that PB lark. Look into how the legacy media is trying to cope with it. It's lovely. But Ian, let me know how Julia is. Or Julia, if you're there, how are you getting on after the surgery? I mean, I know it was a long time ago. I wish you both well. Look at everyone on it. Right, hang on. I've got a few more super chats I think I missed. Hello, Stevie Boy Cray. 1, 2 testing, 1, 2. Yep, it's working. You can put your 100 bond in now. That's working. Why are you testing that? Seriously, Stephen, if you think there's some kind of issue. It can be a problem. Good one though, wouldn't it? Well, there you go. I mean, I won't leave that up on the screen too much. You can't really talk about this stuff. You're not allowed to. But this works in our favor. Well, you know, when you're not allowed to talk about things, people know you're not. And as soon as, you know, we all know, what's her name? I can't think. Yentl. Who's Yentl? What's her bloody name? Oh, come on. Someone's going to know. Yeah, it'll come soon. You're a denier. Keys to the kingdom. Hoit. Just a little for... Well, you know, the grift does lube the cogs that fire up the Scrubs machine. And I tell you what, over the last few weeks, it's been pumping out beautiful content. And I can only do that if you lot are. I'm not in a good mood if you lot ain't. It's awesome. Yeah, every time. And other legacy media accounts. It's absolutely lovely. Wonderful welcome of you can sum it up like that. I think that's fair. Old Dennis is absolutely loving Minaj at the moment. Yeah, she's been hilarious. Hello, Boris. Willow, I've emailed you a Twitter post that is relevant to what you just said. It's about 20 seconds long. Right, this could be dangerous. If I disappear, spitting, if I spit, you've all got the coof, run. Good Lord, there's so many vids here. Right. I'll have a little look because I've got to be careful, Willow. If my computer just dies now, let me have a little look at this. Oh my God, is this real or is this a parody? Right, we'll have a look at it though. Right, I always have a little bit of problem with Twitter videos. I don't know why. I will need someone I trust, which is most of you in fairness. But there's always a few. Nice one, Willow. I'm going to show it. So I don't know. Okay, Steve, I get it. That's why you were testing. No problem. Hello, Emma G. Rags is asking for the thumbs up. It's always nice. 110, it says here, and a couple on Twitch. Hello, people watching on Twitch. You're not forgotten about. So Willow sent me this video. I do have problems with the audio. I don't know why. But let me know, Rags or Moslab, or, you know, I know who I can trust. I don't know if this is a joke or what. I've seen enough of it to cringe my spine loose. But, I mean, there you go. Ready? Let's see. I need. Oh, hang on. Before I get that far. Plastic African. Hello, mate. Yep, this branding is something else. You can see the establishment in your mind's eye hitting that big red button. What, on the PB? Yeah. Streisand effect. That's it. Thank you. Nice one, Plastic African. Appreciate the donatiati and the fiver. Sally said Barbara. It is Barbara, but it's called the Streisand effect. Although I think we should now call it the Barbara effect, after Sally from Dartford. Sally, the Streisand effect is when, you know, like Relax by Frankie Goes to Hollywood. You ban it, it goes to number one. That's basically, in crude terms, what is now known as the Barbara effect. Don't throw something at the screen, because I just took the piss out of you. Right. Let's have a look at this. I don't know where this goes, but what I just saw, this has had over 500,000 views. So let's have a look. For fuck's sake. Give me a check on the audio, someone, because it's only 20 seconds long. So, right, here we go. Here we go. Hang on, audio. Right, that might help.
Hi, this is a little message to the unvaccinated. Ugh. You are killing everyone. It's your fault. You're being selfish, so get the vaccine, because I'm vaccinated. I am vaccinated, okay? And so I'm protected because the vaccine is safe and effective. So if you're around me and you're unvaccinated, then you're putting me at well, you're not. Okay. So you're selfish, because if I'm protected and you're around me, then
Oh, I see. It's one of these ones where he's stumbling into the contradiction of the whole thing. I get you.
I'm fine, but you're me. Sorry. If you're not vaccinated, then you're not. It's your. You're racist.
That was actually quite good. Good call, Willow. Because when I see his bun that I doubt he usually has on, I thought, oh no, not one of these. Not a beta. But to end with "you're racist" was excellent. Yeah, good call. I was very convinced until the end. Yeah, exactly that, Calvin. But he pulled it out at the end. Oh, fuck it, you're racist. That is it. That messaging is what all I've heard for the last 5 years. There's another one where there's a woman and she talks to herself. Give me a 1 in the chat if you've seen that one. It's a woman. I think she's Latin. Oh, hang on a minute. Shit. I think she's Latinx. She is. I don't know. But she's very based and she talks to herself. And she sort of goes, yeah, you've got the wax. And then herself says, yeah, so I've. And then she just falls into that mad contradiction of the whole thing and ends up just going, yeah, so, yeah, very similar. Good call, Willow. That's good stuff. Right, I just want to show you this. I put this picture up on the community tab just because the community tab brings new people in. It's quite a worthwhile thing to do. And Rags said before I banned him from, or he banned me from. Yeah, that's coming, Rags. Rags, that's coming. I don't spoiler alert it. That's coming. No, I know, of course. It's just, you know, fuck off. That's what they say. Well, no, I'm Latin. It's definitely Latin. So Rag said this looked like a good cover for my novel, and it was one of my early sketches for the novel cover. But I'll tell you why. Yeah, so that's it. That was the original idea, an early one. But my mate, who's got 16 books out on Amazon, said they'll let you use it, but they won't promote your book. As soon as you put a spike on the cover, that won't get promoted. And the difference between being on Amazon, and being promoted by Amazon is huge. So I had to, it was only a rough sketch anyway, but it's quite nice, isn't it? It's quite a sexy pose there. And it kind of, you know, tells you pretty much what the novel's about. There's something getting in the way of my women. So yeah, they wouldn't have that. And of course, now with all this wax malarkey, all this shot in the arm malarkey, I don't think having a David Icke on the cover of your book is necessarily going to attract the right audience. Imagine someone seeing that David Icke on the cover of my novel and thinking, oh, this must be about the Koof. I'll read that. Oh, they won't be happy. They will not be leaving me a good review. Cheers, Tito. As an artist, that means a lot to me. I mean, it's only a sketch, but thank you very much. Well, it's an interesting point, Keys to the Kingdom, but as I've said before, sex doesn't actually sell. Sex doesn't actually sell. Love and desire do. And now I know sex can engage with love and desire, but sex alone is quite a strange one to sell things on. Only certain items you can sell using sex. You know, a lot of commodities you'll put people off using sex. It's kind of weird, but yeah, I thought I'd show you that. All right, I can close that tab, get the computer working a little bit faster. Right, Rags. Oh yeah, so this morning she's not here at the moment because she's nice one, Cheryl. Cheers. That's all right though, you don't like it. Yeah, but I did go to art college for 7 years, Moslab, and I did occasionally do a little bit more than take drugs and fuck birds. So, I didn't. No, I didn't. Let's be honest. I did not. I just had that talent as a teenager. Didn't learn anything about art while I was at art college. That's not why you go to art college. Right. This morning we were talking about Adele Walker. She's a scrub and she lost a snake. She told us a few days ago, a snake. Good Lord, I am getting Substack sign-ups like nobody's business. They're signing up like a beagle. I might have to put the link in the chat again. I get such a social media feeling of well-being from it. Here, you can sign up and get your 2 stories a week. There's the link. You've only got to put your email in and then sit back and enjoy the filth. So it's a fair point, Little Bullet. It's a fair point. Yes, Della. Yeah. Without a doubt, inspired by those original black and red 1970s James Bond intros. Yes, and consciously so as well. So I'm glad you spotted that. Come on, Tito, you're a great artist, illustrator. I think you'd go along with that. Right. Now, what was I going to tell you? Oh yeah. So Adele loses a snake, and she tells us she don't know where she's lost it in her mother's house or something. And we all thought, well, I assumed it was one of those little ones that my mate's got. Like, he's got about 2 of them like that in a tank. Turns out, she confessed today that this python, this constricting python she's lost is 5 foot long and about that big at its widest girth. This is a beast. There is a dinosaur loose somewhere and she don't know where it is. She does not know where this 5 foot big dinosaur Snakeosaurus is. Another Substack sign up. This is absolutely beautiful. Now, well no, James Bond is a white male. That's the character. It's absurd. It's absurd to if we have a non-white male Bond, do we get a female white I can't remember think of his name. It's it's like early blaxploitation. What's his name, people? The black detective with the booth on. That's all I can remember about it in the music. They say his name. Ja. Someone will know it. Shaft! There you go. It's weird because I've often got Shaft on my mind. I've often got it in my hand. Yeah, are we going to have a white Shaft? Is that all right? Is that all right? Can we do that? I can't see that. I mean, can you? Right. So, Shaft. Hello, Johnny. So, Adele Walker's lost a 5-foot dinosaur and it's off killing everyone in the local area. And then Rags has sent me this. And this is from Thailand, which is rather interesting. Now, I do have trouble with the audio on Telegram, but I don't think it's going to matter because I'm going to play it. And the audio doesn't really matter. This is in Thailand. And the audio... That sounded like they were speaking Cambodian then, but it says Thailand. I'm going to let the audio just go straight into my microphone. So the audio is irrelevant in this clip, but you're going to enjoy it. So Adele's lost a snake, but imagine going into your local 7-Eleven for a pot noodle and seeing this. What the fuck? Yeah, mate, you've taken a wrong turn somewhere. Look at him all comfortable up there, though. Fucking hell. Should we have another look at it? It's rather amazing. But I am impressed, though. I've got to say, because he knows he's in trouble. He knows being on the floor puts him at risk. I don't think it is a Komodo, no, because Komodo dragons have big, wide mouths, and his is more smaller. But it might be a Komodo, but the mouth doesn't look like a Komodo to me, but I'm no fucking expert. But Manny Moo, that's where Borden got so pissed off leaving my house. Yeah, it might be a monitor or something. But there you go, we're getting a few people saying monitor. Lumi says it's Godzilla. But it knows it's at risk being down where all the humans are. So it's not looking for food, it's looking to get into a safe place. So it climbs up out of the way. Let's have another look. Next time you find an ant crawling across your carrot, you know, just think about what we put up with in this part of the world. Yeah, I think so. He bite you, you dead. That's quite the thing. Good call. Good call on that one, Rags. I mean, what did they do with it? I bet they killed it. That's the sad thing. Unless they have, you know, and I know actually that was wrong of me to say that. That was wrong. I bet they killed it. Those fucking savages. That's wrong, actually, because they are very protective of their wildlife in Southeast Asia. And I wouldn't have been surprised as long as, you know, I can't see anyone going at it with a fucking spear or anything. So they probably rung the right people. They probably come along, netted it, and let it back off into the wild. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, one of those, you know, one of those neck trappers or something. Neck trappers? I made that up on the spot. You know, the old neck trapper. But yeah, it's quite the video. It certainly makes Adele's missing pythons seem a little bit more bearable, doesn't it? Now I got another video for you, and this is going crazy, isn't it? Anything in the brand? Hang on, just checking my entropy. Right, done that. Delete that. Oh, hang on. How comes I've got so many fucking videos? People are sending me too many videos now. Right, let's have a look at. Oh, fucking hell. Moslab, they're going to have to be next video because that's a lot of sorting out, downloading, and my computer's not working well enough. But we will have a look at them. Yeah, if only. What a wonderful way to be trapped. But we'll have a look at them on the next video because, yeah, it might crash the thing. I'll have to download those. Now, this is really good. This is really good. And I am going to show the channel name. I use a lot of this geezer's videos on my streams. So there was a rally for 1/6. Remember 1/6? Remember that massive riot at the Capitol building? Remember that? Remember when America almost died? You know, when they were shown around the Capitol building, right? So there was a rally. There was a rally, and it wasn't a bit fiery, but largely peaceful. It was just peaceful. It was just patriots who turned up to sort of say, we're not buying this bullshit anymore. Can you guess what happens? Let's have a look at this.
I'm going to get the creds.
Right, so they've arrested this geezer here, right? You see all these stormtroopers? They've arrested this bloke here, right? They're in the process of arresting him at this rally that was a patriot rally, essentially. Now, hang on a minute. See how many people are there? Can you see in the background? I'll just take it back a few seconds because there's a better shot. Look how many people are in the background, right? There's a lot of people there, but they've got this one bloke.
What happened?
Cruiser 100. We have the individual stop.
Did you hear that? We have the individual.
You guys just give us a little space, all right? Give us a little bit of space. Give us space, all right? Give us a little bit
Are you on the cover?
Oh, did you hear what he just said? Let's just go back a couple of seconds. Listen carefully to what the copper says to him. He's obviously giving him some kind of sign. Listen.
Are you on the cover? Are you part of the event? I'm just here. Where'd you live? Help the guys out. That's on.
They've arrested one of their own. They've arrested one of their own who was there to cause trouble. Whoops. Everything good, he said? Hang on a minute. When I get arrested, I've never had a chance to say to the copper, everything good? We all right? We good? Yeah. No, I just get booted to the ground. Everything good? We good? We good? Yeah.
No.
Look, he's showing him some kind of ID.
What's your name, sir? Just don't drop it on my head. How about that?
Perfect. What do you want to take?
What's your name?
All right, give me a diamond this way.
Yeah, go on. Yeah. Oh, what's happened? I thought you were arresting him.
Move back. Move back. Move back. Move back.
What's your name, sir? What's your name?
They arrested one person at that rally, and he was one of them. Wow. Allegedly. I mean, you know, when he says to the copper, everything all right? Yeah. You on the cover? Oh, God. You got to love it. There was no trouble. There wasn't any. Right. Another one I want to show you. Do you know that Biden has banned, oh, hang on, got to be careful. Bo Biden has banned the flying of drones over the Texas border, Rio Grande. Remember Rio Grande? Remember that movie? Right? Why would that be? Why has he suddenly banned the flying of drones over a certain area? I mean, I would have thought if you had a fucking a southern border as porous as a fucking brothel, I'm not going to go there. You'd want drones. You'd want, let's see what's going on. I wonder why they've suddenly stopped using drones down there. Well, let's have a look and see what's going on. Oh, okay. You mean Haiti, that's got one of the worst murder rates in the world, one of the most violent, just chaotic, dangerous places in the world. What's that you say? Thousands have arrived over to the porous southern border via Rio Grande. Oh, they're just, lovely. Come in. Oh, that seems to... Look at that. Look at America. Now that is an helicopter, because you can't fly drones. You're not allowed. Look at that. Look at America. Haitians building a new world right on your doorstep. Fuck me. I mean, look, that's got to be what, 4,000 or 5,000 people? Oh, and they're still coming. They're still coming. Look right up here. Can you see that? Look, can you see where my mouse goes? Right, see this lot here? Watch it, watch. They're still coming, and it goes all the way up here. And they'll all be coming, and when one of them gets over that border, he'll be on the phone. Hey, you lot. Yeah, come over. No, it's easy. No, all 20 of you. Yeah, no problems. No, they're giving out money. Vaccine? No, you don't need to have it. No, that's just for their workers. No, they treat their workers like shit. No, we can just come in. Look at all on this bridge. Look. Come in, it's no problem. We don't know who you are, you've got no papers, we don't know what your criminal history is, we don't know what you're doing. Do you know, listen to this, I think I said it the other day, in July, 1 month, in July of this year, there were more fentanyl seizures on the southern border than the whole of 2020. Now, I've been involved in heroin for most of my adult life, and heroin overdoses are largely mythological. You die if you take it with alcohol, benzos. It's quite hard to die of an heroin overdose. If you don't believe me, okay, go and look it up. What will happen is this. Someone will drink 10 pints, they'll have a dig, it will kill them. They go to the hospital, they do the autopsy, or the biopsy, or whatever it's fucking called. Heroin's in the system. It goes down as a heroin death. Oh, that's weird. There's something else like that recently. Man drives his car off a cliff, tests him. Oh, he's got a coof. It was a coof death. It wasn't plummeting 40,000 feet over a cliff. Well, on the other hand, though, fentanyl, people are dropping like flies. It's fucking lethal. It's lethal. A little speck can kill you, really. And in 1 month, they caught more than in a whole year. And then you've got all this malarkey. These people haven't got jobs. They haven't got skills. Haiti is a fucking mess. And there you go. Now, I can't show you the rest of that video, but I'll give you the link to his channel because I do use a lot of his content, and it's actually very good. So I'll give you the link to his channel. He doesn't need the help. It's a very successful channel, but I feel that I should give you his link. That's it. It's in the chat. It's a good channel. Yeah, incredible. Absolutely incredible. Have you seen any of this? I mean, look, I might be wrong. People, my American brothers and sisters, have you seen much of this on the mainstream media? Because amnesia, mainstream. Have you seen any of this on the mainstream amnesia? Maybe you have. Maybe you have. I don't know, but I haven't. And with a global internet, you'd expect to see this everywhere. This is a big deal, but it's they're talking about fucking pop stars and size of people's asses when they go on holiday. Well, exactly, Gaffney. Yeah, okay. Fox, right. Well, there you go. Well, that's what I assumed. Jess, what is fentanyl? Fentanyl is a opioid. And an opioid is an opiate, which is an opiate is a drug which finds its origin in the poppy, in the latex that comes out of a poppy. Codeine, morphine, thebaine. There's about 34 other analogues, and heroin, obviously. Fentanyl doesn't need poppies. It's completely synthetic. So it's basically, you can make a shoebox of fentanyl for about 20 quid if you know what you're doing, and it's lethal. And of course, what are people doing? They're getting very poor grade heroin. We'll just put a little bit of fentanyl in it. They'll be all right. And fuck me, junkies are dropping like flies. Now, you might think that's all right. Fuck them, they're doing it to themselves. But they're not, because they're not choosing to take fentanyl. So dangerous, so dangerous. Yes, there's a classic example. Well, it's allegedly, isn't it? Because the Russians have never admitted it. But there was a siege of a Russian theatre. Loads of people got in there, held about 300 people hostage, and said, unless you do what we say, we're going to start killing them. So the Russian special forces, they thought about it, and they suddenly said, hang on a minute, is there aircon in there? And they was like, yeah. And they said, well, why don't we put some kind of sleeping gas through the aircon? And slowly people will start falling asleep. And it's thought that they made up some kind of fentanyl gas. They sublimated it into a gas, put it into the aircon, and so everyone just started falling asleep. But loads of them died. I mean, it wasn't a victimless save. Yeah, it was very but. What else can you do? Well, what else can you do? I mean, fentanyl has its uses. Fentanyl patches are very good, and it's for like heroin. It's for palliative care. If you're on death's door and you're in agony, you stick a fentanyl patch on. That's going to see you a week, and you're going to be out of pain on your last days. That's what opiates are really used for in medicine. You're not allowed to. You can only use heroin in medicine. I think in the UK, I think it's one of the few countries in the world where you can actually use it in medicine, which is a terrible shame. Because if I was dying and they said we're going to give you morphine, I'd be like, no. I'll be scratching myself to death. I won't die of whatever illness I've got. I'll be scratching myself to death. Can't I just have some skag? But it's used medically. Like all these things, if they're used correctly, that's fine. But I was about to get to that, Brad. I have seen junkies getting fentanyl patches, ripping them apart, cooking them up and injecting them. I've seen them smoke them, and it's like, just give these people what they're addicted to, for fuck's sake, because you're just putting money into criminals' hands. Good Lord. Well, I thought you'd find that interesting. You can check his channel out, Memology 102. Here's something quite interesting that I thought you might appreciate. We looked at this morning's video. I'm not going to go on for much longer, people, because it's getting late here, and I want to watch a movie. But we were looking this morning at people building off grid, and I spent a bit of time watching a few more of them, and I came across this one. So I'm going to show you the first minute or so, and then I'm going to show you what they made by the end of it. So for people who weren't here, oh, is it? His actual channel's back, is it? No, heroin is diacetylmorphine. So you get the opium, you clean all the thebaine and codeine and all the other shit out of it, and then you're left with morphine. And then I can't remember the name of the chemical you need. Someone in the chat will know. I sold a load of it once years ago, but you can't get it anymore because they don't want people making heroin. It's I think it might be acetic. It's some kind of acid, and you basically clean up morphine and make diacetyl morphine. But you know, avoid it. Avoid it. I mean, you used to be able to buy it. You used to be able to buy that stuff. I think it's acetic acid. I always mix it up with vinegar, though. And heroin does smell like vinegar, so it's probably from a similar family. But there you go. And that's probably where it gets its diacetyl morphine from. Yeah, there you go. That's your link. Anyway, away from that. So earlier on today, living grid, building houses, buying a bit of land, living in a tent. And it was interesting. And a lot of people got into it. I got a lot of emails, people sending me other videos, telling me they're really inspired by it. I even talked to my missus today and sent her a few of those videos and said, look, should we think about something like this rather than buying a ready-made house? Because if we build our own house, it's ours and we built it, you know, and our children can live in a house that we built and it'll mean something to us rather than buying. A lot of the new builds in Phnom Penh, they look like fucking wedding cakes, you know, like garish blue and orange, like turquoise trim. And, you know, they're trying to look like Western houses, and I don't want that. Traditional wooden Cambodian houses are perfect. They're on poles, they're off the ground. You've got steps going down to the ground. You don't get a Dell snake trying to keep you company at night. Anyway, I'm going to show you the first minute of this and the last minute, or minute and a half and the last minute. But this one really done me up, and I watched a lot of it. It's an hour and a half, but just check this out. It's very inspiring. And again, like a couple of the blokes said this morning, you don't need to know what you're doing. You learn as you go on, and you've got the internet. You've got help. There's help out there. You can write to these people. They're into helping each other. It's a community in a way. So let's have a little look at this. Hello, that weren't meant to happen. So I'll show you the first little bit, and then I'll show you what they get at the end of it. It's lovely. Here we go. Someone give me a sound check. Hello, Custard. See you later, Moslab. So they bought a bit of land, started bringing in what they need. I'll forward it on a little bit. I want to show you this bit, not that bit. We've all seen a cement mixer. So look, just this nice young couple, all reclaimed wood and that. They don't want to pay for it all, so they're yanking nails out. Get the old chainsaw going. Hey, cartwheel, and you know, now they've put their raised bed down, creosote, I imagine that is. Nice one, Rollo. He says, I played mandolin in a folk band in the 90s when I lived in Kidderminster. We were called the Kiddle. Okay. I'll leave it there to read for a couple of seconds. Well, Billy, this is what we were talking about this morning. You find that out before you buy the land. Don't go buying a bit of land and then be told you can't have a permanent residence on it. You know, every one of these videos says that. You find out beforehand, obviously. But nice one, Rollo. Appreciated. I can't. Yeah, that's not very good marketing, though. To be fair. Hang on, let me check my entropy. We're all good there. Right. So, this young couple doing their little bit. There's a bit I want to show you, actually. And then before long, it starts taking the form of a little house. A little room, and then they start putting the roof on. And look, imagine how wonderful that is. You and your missus building your own house. Absolutely lovely. And then they keep working on it. And I'm going to take you right to the end. I think if I remember rightly, it took them just under 2 years. And I'll take you right to the end. They start moving furniture in. Look at their lovely gaff. And the thing is with these kind of places, you don't stop. Next year, they might build an extension. Then all you've got to do is cut a door into it and you build another room onto the side of it. And hang on, there's some lovely shots of the pad. Hang on. Stairs to the upstairs. Yeah, look, now they'll show you a bit of it. Nice little lounge. And you're going to build, after the land, and Moslab was saying he was getting a couple of hectares for 2,000 grand. The actual build, largely reclaimed wood, or you're just cutting trees down on the land you bought. And then you can just keep building, just keep making it bigger. Look, stairs up, wood burning stove for all your heat. Fucking wonderful. Absolutely lovely. Look at their bedroom. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Let's just see that. Let's just look at that beautiful. Look at that. Look. And you're laying in that with your lover in the house you built. You built that house. Yes, Woodlander has done this. Look at that. Look at that. You made that house. How much does that change your life experience that you built that house? And then the next year, it doubles in size. And then the next year, do you know what I mean, Fionn? Me too. It's beautiful. And then the next year, you build another bit onto it. And then you build another outhouse. Then you build an house next to it that your mates can stay at when they come over. Look, and they're off the grid. They're not paying any electricity or gas bills or anything. Look, simple. Got a little outhouse there where they're probably keeping all their wood and that, and whatever, maybe their hydroelectricity and that. Get a couple of solar panels on that roof. Plenty of room to grow that property. I'm so into this shit at the moment. This is what I'm going to be doing out here. I said to the missus today, I said we build a 1-room cabin. Be about twice the size of that one. Out here, land's cheap as chips, labour's cheap as chips, but I want to build it myself. And then we build a kitchen, then we build a shower, then we chuck a bath in there, then we build another room, and it just keeps going. Then we build another level. And over 4 or 5 years, you've got a place made out of the wood that grew in the area that you're living. And you can do this in England. You can do this in England. You can do this anywhere if you look. And it ain't going to cost you what you want to go to the bank and borrow 250 grand to get a fucking bed sit in Shoreditch. You can stick that right up your ass. You don't own that. Oh, what's the interest rate? Well, this year it's the X%, but next year you might be absolutely skint. Oh, you'll have somewhere to live, but you won't be able to eat. No, don't do it. There's options. And I know this is to either younger people or to people such as myself who are still renting, but they're not renting. They haven't got a mortgage. They've got a house they built that can keep growing, and they're off the grid. Absolutely wonderful. Right, before we go, something that I don't know if you all have read, because you probably don't read the New York Times, but something interesting that I stumbled across, and because I do a lot of business with China, this interested me. I won't drag this out, but it's kind of interesting. China's economy shrinks, ending a nearly half-century of growth. Now, we all know about that half-century of growth. Little bullet, nice one, mate. You can even build a house out of wood frames and straw bales. They're fantastic. Look them up. Yep, absolutely seen them. You can build a house out of wattle and daub. You can get a thatched roof put on it. There's so many options. But we're not taught about this stuff. We're not encouraged to do this stuff. They don't teach you this at school. They don't want you to do this. They want you to get under the thumb of the banks. They want all your money in the banks. Bastards. But thanks, Bullet, for the donation. China's economy shrinks. The contraction comes at a time when the rest of the world needs an economic boost, underscoring how momentous the task of reviving the global economy will be. That's a lie anyway. E-commerce hasn't suffered. E-commerce has gone through the roof because people have been sitting in their house. The economy moves. The economy adapts, but they like to scare you. But the interesting thing is, and we don't need to read all of this, but this is the important bit. Not all that. Chinese officials on Friday said that the world's second largest economy shrank 6.8% in Q1, that is, first 3 months of the year, basically Q1. Compared with a year ago, it shrank nearly 7% in the first quarter. Fuck me. Ending a streak of untrammeled growth that survived Tiananmen Square, SARS, and even the global financial crisis. The data reflects China's drastic efforts to stamp out the couth, which included shutting down most factories and offices in January and February as the outbreak sickened tens of thousands of people. You also probably wouldn't have heard that I've heard from friends living in Shanghai and other parts of China that they've had mad flooding out there. So this is very interesting. You'll be told all the time. I mean, apart from old Millie ringing them up and saying, "Don't worry, I'll tell you if we're going to invade you," you'll be told that the China's economy is just this behemoth that's just going to swallow the earth. Well, no, I'm afraid not. No, that's not the case. And well, there you go, Billy. I kind of think you might be onto something there. The Chinese economy is like 14 trillion a year. And they've now formed a middle class. They've now formed a middle class who want things. They formed a middle class who are making demands. And when you've got a demanding middle class, you've got a working class that is getting worked off its arse. I deal with Chinese companies that get 4 hours off a week. They work 7 days and get 4 hours off on like a Saturday afternoon. And these are 12-hour shifts. The working classes of China are being absolutely, I've got to be a little bit careful, but, look into it because it's all very interesting. There is You know we don't trust the media, but don't forget, they don't only lie, but they lie by omission. They don't only deceive, but they deceive by omission. And these things are just as relevant as the standard bullshit they tell you. There's things going on in the world that if it was public knowledge, the internal and external contradictions of their lies would be exposed. It's worth looking into it, because there's some things they say that looked at with another thing, you can't have those two things together, especially when it's economic matters. You just can't have that and that. The maths don't work. I'm sorry, it doesn't work like that. It's an incredibly interesting situation. But people, always remain optimistic. Always remain optimistic, because pessimism is only going to damage you. And if you're not optimistic because you feel the future's dark, well, that pessimism is going to darken it for you anyway. So you're counting yourself out. You're counting yourself out of the game. You could look into building an house in the woods. You could look at generating wealth. Like I've said to you before, welfare has fucked Europe. Out in Cambodia, you don't generate wealth. You don't eat. Your children die. And all I hear, not all I hear, but over the years, there's no jobs in the north. There's no jobs here. That's not the only option, is it? You don't need to be employed to make money. You can generate wealth. You can make something. So you generate wealth. You buy a bit of land. You get the land. You build your house. You're already winning. Your life has already improved. You're off the grid. You've got your solar panels. You've got your hydroelectric. The information's out there. You're not a slave to these fuckers. Don't be pessimistic. You've got one life. You've got one life. The clock's ticking. Make it count. You sit on your ass moaning about it. I mean, don't take this the wrong way. I love you all to death. And I'm not talking at you. I'm talking to people. You know, don't sit on your ass moaning about it, because in a way you deserve it. Go and make it happen. Because the good life does not come and sit on your lap. The good life requires thinking. It requires concentration. It requires dedication. It requires motivation. And it requires inspiration. And all of that stuff is out there. Your future, your wonderful future of the only life you're ever going to get is in your hands. Don't say you're powerless. Don't say you can't do anything. Don't say this isn't available, that isn't available, there's no jobs, blah, blah. You can make as many excuses as you want. All those limits that you put in front of you, yeah, they'll work. They'll stop you moving forward. But if you take those limits away, you can get back in control of your life. You can start enjoying it. You can start making it happen. And you need to. Because it's the only one you've got. For fuck's sake, make it count. I love you all. Au revoir, scrubs. Let's go. Exactly, Jeff. You're going to have to dig her up, Kathleen.
Everyone knows I'm gonna be the first man down. All my friends are sick of having me around. Nobody wants to give a buddy one last break. Can't go on, I've taken all a man can take. Life is a curse, it only gets worse, and the world don't watch you drown. Maybe my mind will fail to ever find the point. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Yes, John.
Gonna make my grave underneath the wave. I'm going deep, deep down underwater.
Nice one, Chris. Twice a day, my friend. You're welcome anytime. Lovely.
Looking back, I rejected every place I stayed. Woman says I'm lying in the bed
Good
I
call,
made.
Westo. We ain't had that one around for a while, have we?
Says warriors don't give up.
Emma, you're 42. You're perfect for it.
So I get high to justify the mess I'm in. People get mad and people get sad, but at least they have a cause.
This was the second.
Struggling, feel emotion I could really trust. I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna
Yes.
make my grave underneath the wave.
That's all right, Brad.
I'm going deep, deep down underwater. Gonna lay my head on the riverbed.
Oh, God, I've lost where I am now. Oh, balls. Oh, come on, StreamYards. Oh, fuck it. Sorry, people. I'm going to have to just jump in. If I missed your comments, I apologise. Oh, I think we're about right. There you go. Yes, Stella. Look after yourself, Ted. Thanks to Rags and Moslab for looking after the place. Steady. You're alright, son. Yeah, get a few thumbs up in, certainly helps. Go and make it. Get it done. Look into it tonight. There you go. Man with a bit of knowledge on the firm. There you go. Sounds lovely, Willow. Fucking hell. Right, you're all right. People, thank you all for everyone who donated. Thanks to everyone who joined in the chat. Thanks to everyone who lurked. Thanks to all the new people that have joined in. Lovely to see you. And I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Hoit. Now go on. Go and play down your own end. There might be a nice wooden house for you. Imagine. Lovely.